It's been less than a month since I got this engine, but that's too long for you guys to wait, so let's change that today. Hello friends and fans, this is ThomasZoey3000 here, and I'm back with another unboxing, review, and running session video. And as you can see before you, I have the Bachmann branch lines Webb coal tank with the number 1054, which is the number of the real life survivor, the only survivor of the Webb coal tank class. Now, you don't believe me? Check out Chrissy and Green's Soul Steam Locos in Profile. There we go. Pfft. Yeah, I'm not even thinking clearly. I only got up, what, maybe an hour ago? Yeah. But, hey, you're not here to listen to my excuses. Now, today you're here to see the Webb coal tank run on my layout with some of my brand new rolling stock that I picked up at the Brampton train show. I got this engine for about $129, which is a very good price if you ask me. It's a little lower compared to that H2 Atlantic, and I really hope that locomotive lives up to my expectations. But that's for another day. For today, we got the Webb coal tank plus some rolling stock. So, without further ado, let's actually have a good look at the Webb coal tank. I couldn't show it to you properly at the hotel, but I can now. As you can see, this is Bachmann branch lines, Webb coal tank, and there she is in the block of ice. And I will get her out in a short while. As you can tell, this came from Motorelli Imports, the same group I got my K1 from. Now, we go to this end of the box, it shows, maybe I should just put this down. Yeah, that would help. We got the product code for it, which shows that it's an LNWR Webb coal tank 1054 in LNWR plain black. Yeah, there we go. That's a mouthful to say. And it does have a spot in there where you can put in a DCC decoder, but I don't run DCC. I run with DC power, as you guys may know. In the back of the box, which is really cool, is some info on the Bachmann Webb coal tanks, or actually the real Webb coal tanks. So if you guys want to read it, if you can, just pause your screen and have a good look. Alright, so there's the Bachmann branch lines logo up there, another logo here on the side, and another logo just down below. And now I'm going to put the camera down, and I'm going to get the Webb coal tank out of the box. This is so exciting. The first of my engines that I got during my October trip. That was easy. So here's the Webb coal tank in the block of ice, as Hamstrains calls it. So we'll get Webby out. I'm going to call it Webby today. Though I will stop if you guys don't want me to. And put the block of ice there and show you what's on the inside here. For in the box, we get this. A nice picture of the real life prototype. And some nice history on the engines. I'm trying to get my fingers out of there so that way you guys can read it. I don't know if you can. And there's some more back here. I'm trying to lay this out so you guys can see it. There you go. It's really cool. Really cool indeed. I just dropped it on the floor. You know what? No professional here. And of course we got... Let's just put the camera down to this part. You can tell I just woke up if I'm not even doing this correctly. Some instructions, especially on how to lubricate the engine and take it apart if you need to. And a Bachmann Collectors Club pamphlet. It's all very cool. Really cool. And now we'll bring our engine over, which is still in the block of ice. Well, let's change that. Starting now. Bit of a snug fit in here, which is a good sign, I'm guessing. Alright, so the Webb coal tank is almost free. almost. As you can tell in here, it's got a nice little detail pack. Though I'm not really going to need it because I'm going to keep the engine as is. But for right now, that's pretty much everything else out of the way. Let's get the Webb coal tank out. There we go. And here she is in all her glory. Number 1054. What a beautiful engine. As you can tell, it's got the small, I think that's called a hook and loop coupler. It's got a very nicely detailed buffer beam. The smoke box door looks good. Got some nice details up at the front. Buffers look really nice, but they're not sprung, but that's alright. It would have been super impressive if they were sprung, but you know what? That's okay. As you can tell, there's a lot more detail here on the side of the locomotive, and even some detail down there. Did you guys expect to see detail down there? Because I sure didn't, even though I've watched Sam's Trains video of this very engine. Anyway, here's the side of the loco. I hope I get my finger smudges out of there. It's got some nice handrails. The funnel is very tall, very nice. The dome, I'm not 100% sure what that is, but looks impressive. And the loco, I believe, comes with glazed windows. Always a nice touch. It's got that little bar down there. And of course, its driving wheels. And its back wheels. This locomotive, by the way, is an 062 tank. It's very nice. Oh, and by the way, you look inside the cab, you'll see some nice details in there. Really nice. Really nice. Anyway, here's its huge coal bunker. Very big. I mean, very, very big. I mean, it's bigger than my Prairie, which is back that way. But still looks pretty good. It's got the glazed windows back there. And then there's the coal load in the bunker. A little bit on the glossy side, but that's alright. It's got brake pipes on the back. None at the front. I think you're supposed to fit that on, but that's alright. Like I said, I'm going to keep the locomotive as is. This is a really, really nice loco. And of course, it's got the steps for the crew. Some nice handrails all around. Just like the real prototype. There's also an LMS version of this very loco. But, of course, I went for this version because, well, why the heck not? It's an amazing engine. And if you can get an engine based on the real-life Survivor, then why the heck not? Oh, yeah. Very nice. So I'm going to put the Webb coal tank to the side here. We'll get her running in just a minute, but first things first, we got some rolling stock to look at. We have a ventilated fan in brown. Got this from the George's Train stand at the train show. Almost dropped it. It's a heavy little model, I can tell you that much. It's got a lot of nice details on it, though. I will admit that. A lot of nice details. Even the roof's got details, so it's not smooth like my Bachmann ventilator van for the Thomas range. And it does come with metal wheels, which allows it to be free rolling. Yeah. Really nice. Really nice. There's also an LMS brake fan. I know it's not going to match with my Great Western Prairie, but right now my Royal Scot is down for servicing, so yeah, can't really run the Royal Scot today. You will see her in future videos, guaranteed, but for now, we got the Great Western Prairie doing the honors. Yeah, as you can tell, there's some nice details on the brake van, though it does show that the LMS are stickers. Yeah, because they're not imprinted on the wood. I think modern brake fans have that nice feature, as well as details on the front and back of the brake van, but you know what? It's alright. Some slight damage up there, as you can tell. So I think that's damage, I'm not 100% sure. It's still pipe up there. And a screw at the bottom. Not bad though. Although it does come with plastic wheels, so it's not as free rolling as the vent fan. Still, really cool pieces of rolling stock. I'll get them out of the way, not coupling them up. You'll see where they're getting coupled up to later. For right now though, we have not one, but two LMS Coaches. They're both identical, so I'm only going to unbox one, and then we'll get into the running session. So this is what it looks like in the box. I don't know if you can see it that well. Kind of glossy there. No real info on the back of the box, though it does show here on the side that it's an LMS composite coach, number 4183. And the other coach says the same. Join the Hornby Club. Maybe I will one day. This is, of course, one of the railroad range coaches, which isn't too bad. And now, let's get this coach out. Now I'm kind of laying the run of the locomotive by showing you rolling stock, but remember, these pieces of rolling stock are new to me, so that's why I'm showing them to you now. Alright, so here's our first coach. As you can tell, it's got some nice glazed windows. Got a lot of nicely painted details on there. The trucks look nice. It's got LMS paint on there. Third class. It's got the number there. Oh, it's got a 1 there. Okay, so first class, third class? I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section, okay? And I think, yeah, there are seats in there. I do believe there are seats. Nice. And the coach, of course, has some nicely painted details and some nice 3D details on the top. Just always nice. Always nice. So cool. So cool. And now that we're done looking at this stuff, how about we actually get into the running session? As you can see, the Great Western Prairie is ready to go. I got the vent fan right there as the second truck in the train. And the LMS brake van is at the back, of course. But before we send off the Great Western Prairie, let's get the Webb coal tank attached to its train. I'm just going to back her up and couple up to those Hornby coaches. Look how smooth it is and quiet. Here are the coaches at the tunnel. And she is coupled up. Let's just see if she really is coupled up to those coaches though. So I'm trying to keep the camera as steady as possible. Okay. Yep, she's coupled up. And one thing I did notice after I was done the review of the coaches, well, and one of the coaches I should say, was that they are free rolling. So you could push them back as far as you want and they'll roll on for quite a bit, despite the fact that these coaches come with plastic coupler, or not couplers, wheels. One of the reasons I don't do videos in the morning right when I wake up is because I can't speak right, but oh well, I wanted to run some trains, so we can allow it this one time. But that's enough chit-chatter from me. Let's get the Webb coal tank running. And there she goes. I'm putting her at a speed at around 40. I'll just watch her for a minute. She is super quiet. I mean, seriously. That's one thing I definitely noticed when I was testing her out before. She's a lot quieter than some of my other engines. as you are now going to see with my Mainline Great Western Prairie. Brace yourselves for it. Yeah, she's a loud engine. Very loud. And now, let's have ourselves a running session. And that, my friends, is the running session of the Bachmann Webb coal tank, as well as some new coaches and some more used rolling stock. As I did mention before, the Mainline Great Western Prairie is kinda loud. Though I think right now this loco is also in need of servicing. Because during the filming of this running session, the Great Western Prairie just stopped. She actually stopped right there. Yeah. It's not because of the switches. No, she was already going slow as it was. So I'm going to have to service the engine after this video. Well, I got a lot of engines to service. As for the Webb coal tank herself, she has been doing an amazing job. And with 2 coaches, that is simply amazing. And something else I forgot to mention about the coaches is the fact that they got those big hook and loop couplers. But they still work regardless for the Webb coal tank. And you know, at the train show, she was actually hidden underneath the LMS version of the Webb coal tank. So, yeah, I have an interesting story to tell you. Well, I got a lot of interesting stories to tell you about the engines I picked up at the train show. But those are for another day. It's time for my final words on this locomotive. Would I recommend her? Yes, definitely. Whether you get 1054 or the LMS version, or even if there is a BR version, I don't know if there is a BR version, but whichever version there is, you won't be disappointed with the Webb coal tank. Trust me, she is a great runner. And hauling any kind of rolling stock, well, she just suits the role nicely. Now, the Hornby Railroad coaches, very nice. Nicely detailed, I will admit. And they are free-rolling coaches, so, yeah. I'd also recommend the Hornby Railroad LMS composite coaches. Truly fantastic little coaches. So the next time I run those coaches and it's not an LMS engine, please don't hound me in the comment section, okay? I don't have a lot of LMS engines. Plus, I don't have a lot of coaches, so that's why these coaches are going to get seen quite often in the future. Now, for the used rolling stock that's on the Great Western Prairie's train, namely that vent fan and the LMS brake fan, well, I'm glad I picked those up. Because I'm always looking for more British rolling stock that's not Thomas & Friends related. Don't get me wrong, I love collecting Thomas & Friends rolling stock and making it look similar, in fact, to British Railways rolling stock, but, you know, just something about getting official rolling stock. So, yes. Once again, I highly recommend picking up used rolling stock, no matter what. And my camera's battery is just about to die off, so we'll get one more shot of the Webb coal tank, and that will do it. So, until next time, my friends, I am ThomasZoey3000. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm signing off. See you guys later.